Be me, 28 million. Wage cuck in some soulless tech company life is a monotonous cycle of code, coffee, and crippling loneliness. Spend my evenings playing video and browsing slash b slash the only semblance of human connection I have is with fellow Anons one day. Decide to do one of those ancestry DNA tests spit in a tube. Mail it off and promptly forget about it. Fast forward a few weeks, get an email notification. Your DNA results are in. Curiosity piqued, I log into the website, scroll past the boring ethnicity estimates. My eyes land on the DNA relatives section, close family. It says underneath, a name that sends a shiver down my spine: Ashley Miller. Ashley.fucking.Miller. Be me in high school, scrawny, awkward. And a prime target for bullies. Ashley was the queen bee. The apex predator of the high school food chain. Long blonde hair, perfect smile, and a venomous tongue. She made my life a living hell, tripping me in the hallways, accidentally spilling her lunch on me, turning the entire school against me. Her favorite pastime was reading my cringy fan fiction aloud in the cafeteria. The laughter still echoes in my nightmares. Developed a severe case of social anxiety that haunts me to this day now. After all these years, her name is staring back at me from my computer screen, listed as half-sister. My world implodes. How is this possible? My dad, a quiet, unassuming man who sells insurance, and my mom, a sweet woman who loves to bake. They've been married for 30 years. The thought of one of them having an affair is ludicrous. But the science doesn't lie. 0.25% shared DNA. The website proclaims half-siblings. My mind races, trying to piece together a puzzle I never knew existed. Did my dad have a secret life? Was I the product of an affair? The questions swirl in my head, a tornado of confusion and betrayal. Spend the next few days in a day's work suffers. My apartment becomes a pigsty. I'm obsessed. A detective in a mystery I never asked to solve. Stalk Ashley's social media profiles. She's a successful mommy blogger. Of course, perfect husband, perfect kids, perfect life. It's sickening. Her online persona is all sunshine and rainbows, a stark contrast to the venomous creature I remember. I need answers. I need to confront her. Draft a message 100 times, my fingers hovering over the send button. Hey, this is gonna sound crazy, but I think we might be related. Too casual. Remember me? You ruined my life in high school. Oh, and by the way, I think we're half-siblings. Too aggressive. Finally, I settle on a simple, direct approach. Ashley, we need to talk. It's about a DNA test. I hit send and immediately regret it. My heart pounds in my chest, a frantic drum solo of anxiety. What if she doesn't remember me? What if she thinks I'm some kind of creep? To my surprise, she replies within minutes, "Who is this?" My heart sinks. Of course, she doesn't remember me. I was just another face in the crowd of people she tormented. My name, I type, my hands trembling. We went to high school together. The three dots of her typing appear and disappear for what feels like an eternity. Finally, a message. Oh, right, the fanfiction kid. The old wounds reopen, a fresh wave of humiliation washing over me. Yeah, that's me, I reply, my voice barely a whisper. What's this about a DNA test? I explain the situation, my words a jumbled mess of scientific jargon and personal turmoil. She's skeptical at first, accusing me of pulling some elaborate prank, but as I provide more and more evidence, her tone shifts from disbelief to a cautious curiosity. We agree to meet in person, at a neutral location, a coffee shop. Halfway between our two cities. The day of the meeting, I'm a nervous wreck. I change my outfit a dozen times, trying to find something that doesn't scream socially inept manchild. I arrive at the coffee shop early, my hands clammy and my stomach in knots. Ashley walks in, and for a moment I'm transported back to high school. She still looks the same, albeit a little older, a little more tired. The years have been kind to her, a fact that fills me with a strange mixture of resentment and awe. She spots me, and a flicker of recognition crosses her face, a smirk, the same one she used to give me before a particularly cruel taunt. My confidence evaporates. I'm a scared, scrawny teenager all over again. We sit in awkward silence for a few minutes, the tension so thick you could cut it with a knife. Finally, she speaks. So this is weird, she says, her voice a little strained. You have no idea, I reply, my voice barely a squeak. We compare notes, our stories a strange and twisted tapestry of family secrets and lies. Her mother, it turns out, had a brief affair with my father before she met her husband. Ashley was the result of that affair. A secret her mother carried to her grave. My father, bless his heart, had no idea he was just a lonely insurance salesman who had a one-night stand with a beautiful woman he met at a conference. The revelation is a bombshell. Shattering the foundations of our lives, we're strangers, bound together by a secret we never knew existed. The irony is not lost on me. The girl who made my life a living hell is my sister. The universe, it seems, has a sick sense of humor. We talk for hours, the conversation flowing more easily as the initial shock wears off. We talk about our childhoods, our families, our hopes and dreams. I see a different side of Ashley, a side that was hidden beneath layers of insecurity and peer pressure. She tells me about her own struggles, her own demons, the pressure to be perfect, the fear of not living up to her parents' expectations for the first time. I see her not as a bully, but as a human being, a flawed, complicated, and surprisingly relatable human being. As we're about to leave, she turns to me, a genuine smile on her face. You know, she says, "You're not as weird as I remember. You're not as mean," I reply, a small smile of my own playing on my lips. It's a start, a fragile truce in a war that has been raging for over a decade. We agree to stay in touch, to get to know each other as the siblings we never knew we were. The road ahead is long and uncertain. But for the first time in a long time, I feel a sense of hope. Maybe, just maybe, this is a chance for a new beginning, a chance to heal old wounds and build something new, a chance to finally forgive and forget. The next few months are a whirlwind of emotions. We text, we call, we meet up for coffee. We're like two aliens trying to learn each other's language, each other's customs. We're awkward, we're clumsy, but we're trying. We talk about our parents, the people who brought us into this world and then kept us apart. My mom is devastated. Her world turned upside down by a secret her husband kept for almost 30 years. Ashley's dad, the man who raised her as his own, is a quiet, stoic man who refuses to talk about it. It's a mess. A beautiful, tragic, and utterly confusing mess. One day, Ashley calls me, her voice choked with tears. "I need to see him," she says. "I need to meet our father." My heart aches for her, for the years she's lost, for the father she never knew. I agree to help her, to be her a bridge to a past she's only just discovered. I talk to my dad, my voice shaking as I tell him about Ashley, about his daughter. He's silent for a long time, the weight of his secret finally crashing down on him. "I need to see her," he says, his voice thick with emotion. The meeting is at my apartment, a neutral ground for a family that has been fractured for far too long. Ashley arrives first, her hands fidgeting with the strap of her purse. My dad arrives a few minutes later, his face pale and his eyes filled with a mixture of fear and hope. They stand in silence for what feels like an eternity, two strangers who share the same blood. And then my dad opens his arms and Ashley rushes into them, her sobs echoing through the small apartment. I watch them, my own eyes welling up with tears. This is it. This is the moment that will define us, the moment that will change everything. The healing process is slow, a long and arduous journey for all of us. There are good days and there are bad days, days filled with laughter and days filled with tears. But we're a family, a strange and unconventional family, but a family nonetheless. We're learning to navigate this new world, to find our place in this new reality. And as for Ashley and me, we're still figuring it out. We're not the best of friends, we're not the perfect siblings, but we're something. And for now, that's enough. We're two broken people, brought together by a secret that was never meant to be found, and in each other, we found something we never knew we were missing: a little bit of hope, a little bit of healing, and a whole lot of crazy. And maybe, just maybe, that's all that matters.